the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
Started on the wrong camera. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Call Me Old Fashioned, where we talk everything bourbon, whiskey, and of course, old fashions. Today we got a little bit of a different one. We have Redwood Empire, and this is going to be the Lost Monarch edition. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and give this one a little try. I figured we'd do a little bit different instead of me just going through tons and tons of different bottles. We'll go ahead and give this one a try neat, and then we'll make an old fashioned out of it, see if it really kind of stands up to the old fashioned test, because that's really what we're here to figure out. Is like, what is going to be the actual best, you know, bourbon whiskey to be in an old fashioned, or at least close, right? So let me know what you guys are drinking on tonight, whether it's an old fashioned. I mean, if you're drinking on this, let me know what your thoughts are on it, because I've never actually had any of the Redwood Empire bottles. I know there's like a ton of them out there, and they've been out there for a while, but I always kind of just skip over past them. But these actually aren't that bad a price. It was like 35 bucks, maybe a little bit less. I know this one was on sale, that's why I picked up this one over the other ones. But for the bottle itself, I mean, you know, I'm a sucker for a good looking bottle. So yeah, it had a little cool design on it, and then I kind of started looking into them. I guess like each bottle kind of has a little bit of a storyline with it, which I thought was pretty cool as well. So, but yeah, so let's go ahead and dive into this bottle, and yeah, I'll let you know my thoughts. There's the label, by the way. Actually, I do have a cool little fun fact page for it. It's basically straight from Redwood Empire's website. It's basically giving you the breakdown. Before I bought it, especially because just the other day I did the Bardstown rye review, and what I was saying is I don't really care for ryes like that. I like more bourbons, right? And for the for this, it's actually 60% rye, 40%, you know, bourbon. So when I was doing research on it later, I was like, all right, well, I guess I have to do. Hopefully it's good. So I'm not late, Sean. I'm right on time. The Jay Carter time. All right, let's go ahead and give it a little pour. A little pour, big pour, same thing. Right off the bat, smells it actually smells more bourbon than rye. I mean, I get the normal stuff, right? I get a little bit of vanilla. There's like a little bit of like caramel, like toffee type of, oh, I thought there was a crack in it. A little bit of caramel, like toffee flavor, hint to it. A little bit of rye spice, but like, maybe it's just me, but compared to like the Bardstown rye, it's just barely there, like in the back. So, but overall, good nose. What is this? And it doesn't smell like it's high proof. It's got to be like 90, 95, something like that. Yeah, it's 90 proof. Oh, a little bit of a weaker one today, I see. All right, let's see what it's like on the palate. Okay. I'd say the finish is weak. The only thing I could say off that. Like, right off the bat, everything I was kind of getting from the nose is there, but it's like super quick taste, and then it's gone. Maybe because I had some water before, so we'll go ahead and give it a second. No lemonade bourbon tonight? I had enough of that last weekend. That's just like the Crown Royal lemonade. It's not even bourbon, it's whiskey, but it's not the move. Like, it's the move, like, good little beach day, little pool day. If you ever catch me out there, probably won't, but if you did, that's what I would be drinking during that time. But Friday night, you can't be getting turned up on Crown Royal Blackberry and lemonade. Good little bourbon, old fashioned. That's a Friday night drink. Here, let's see if we'll do this. You guys can see it. It's also super light. So for this, apparently it's a blended whiskey, right? So it's got anywhere from 3 to 7 to 10 years on each part of the blend. So like the ryes are super like short age, but the bourbon portion's like a 7 to 10. But because it's mainly rye, you know, the age on this is going to be automatically less and a little bit lighter. But I was expecting it to be a little bit more punchier. No gummy bears? No gummy bears. Maybe some sour gummy worms in there. That would have hit the spot. The second taste is definitely better. It was one of those like, now it's got a little bit more flavor and it kind of coats your palate better, but it's like super light. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, for example, when you drink Woodford's, you're like, you feel it, right? Maybe because there's like not enough oak in it. Maybe that's what I get on the other bourbons, but like I taste it and then it's gone. But it's like, it was kind of refreshing, if that makes any sense. Yeah, initial palate, vanilla, a little bit of like cinnamon as well. Again, it's like a caramel, like toffee type of flavor as well. But the rye spice, unlike the nose where I don't really get much on the nose for the rye, on the palate, it's all kind of tingling there. For me, like I always describe like rye spice is whatever is tingling my palate, because normal bourbons, I don't get, there's like no tingle, right? But maybe I'm totally off the side of the wall here, but anytime I have rye, like my tongue kind of like tingles. Maybe I'm allergic to rye or something, but yeah, like on the palate, it kind of hits you right in the back of the tongue for the rye spice, but it's actually pretty good. Do you think it's a good daily mixer or better as a mixer? Are we talking about the Crown or this, Eric? Because we're going to find out if it's a good old fashioned here in a minute. But so far, I would drink this neat. Talking about the Crown? Nah, the Crown's a mixer. The Crown's a summer mixer. Let me be specific. What's in your profile picture? You have a Kentucky? Some kind of Kentucky bourbon? I have the chat pulled up on like a large screen over here so I can like actually read it. Apparently I'm getting old, so I can't read the small chat anymore. No, the Redwood Empire, the Lost Monarch, I'd say you could probably sip on this. It's good straight. Me, I'm overcritical, right? Because everybody that watches these videos, like if I say something's good, like it has to be good or they're gonna like rip me apart. But a lot of people did not like the Crown video because I said it was good, and some people don't like it. I like Crown. I like blackberry. I'm a big fan of berry in general, so like that's why I said that's good. But for Redwood Empire, like 35 bucks. Honestly, I'd say I'd pick this up. I would, like, for me, I do things a little bit different though. I'd pick this up and then I'd try to pick up the one next to it, not the exact same bottle, because I want a different profile every time I go for a different drink. But I'd drink this till it's gone. I'd probably pick it up again. Just initial thoughts, obviously. The old-fashioned part is what really makes or breaks any of these reviews for me, because like I'll drink it neat, you know, on camera, and we hang out, we'll have a couple pours, and I'll do that every once in a while, but my main way of drinking is an old-fashioned. Like if I go over to my buddy's house, we watch the fights, I'm drinking old-fashioned 99% of the time. Kentucky 10 on the profile picture. I haven't had that, but the profile picture looks delicious. Yeah, I actually like this a lot. And again, like this is 60% rye, 40% like whiskey bourbon, but I'm not a big fan of ryes. The only rye I've ever found that I'm like, oh, I actually really like that is the Bardstown Origin Series rye. That one's really good. I like that one better than this. If we're categorizing this as a rye, I'm going to categorize this as a blended whiskey, but just like it is. But it's it's really good actually. That first one will taste. I drank like a ton of water beforehand because I always failed to drink water throughout the day, so I pounded at the end of the night. I think the water kind of threw off that first taste, but for the most part, it's kind of delicious. So yeah, oh, I forget this thing doesn't switch back like that. But yeah, I like how like I didn't look too much into the stories, and eventually I will, but I'd rather have a few more bottles before I kind of dive into the storytelling piece of it. On the back, like it's kind of telling you like a little story about the land of the ancient giants. I thought that was kind of cool, and each bottle apparently has a different design, which a different story. Now this, though, where like everybody's gonna either love it or hate it, with like the real hardcore, you know, bourbon enthusiasts, like they anything that's not, you know, out of Kentucky, people lose their mind over if you consider it a bourbon in general. But this is actually bottled and distilled out of California, Sonoma County, California, to be exact. So, can we consider it a Kentucky? No. But is it a straight whiskey? Absolutely. So yeah, I think it's time to go ahead and dive into make a little old fashioned with it though. Let's bring over all the utensils. Now for the sake of the video and for your guys' opinions on everything, I'm gonna go ahead and make it how I make every one of my other old fashions because I know those are good. And if this is somehow off, then at least I'll know it. Where's the simple syrup? Here we go. But yeah, so if you're new here, basically my old fashions, I put Woodford's spiced cherry bitters. I put the Woodford's orange bitters. Obviously, I'm a little Woodford's cherries. Some people do oranges. Some people do cherries. I'm obviously on the cherry hype train. But if you want to know in detail, like all the little steps I do, by all means, there's tons of other videos that I make old fashions with. So, but you just put a little bit of simple syrup. You know what I did? Now I'm kind of thinking about the simple syrup stuff. That pour is actually super sweet. Like, I can still kind of taste it in my mouth. So like, it's like, the initial kind of thoughts on it weren't like, it wasn't super sweet, which I do like, you know, sweeter whiskeys in general. So obviously that's something that I like, but if you don't like something that's fairly sweet, then maybe it's not for you. But I definitely think it's worth 35 bucks. 35 bucks to be able to have a decent pour, you can't beat that. You know, some places you have to go spend, you know, 50, 60, 100 to actually get like a pretty good pour. But a lot of times you can find just as good bourbons, whiskeys, stuff like that for under 40 bucks. Yeah, I know. Guys, don't give me shit again. I made ice this time. It's just not all the way frozen. So we may end up doing another live stream later on this week or early next week, and that's where we'll have ice. Or on the next video, we'll have ice. But for now, we have refrigerator ice. Oh, almost forgot the cherry, guys. Let's do... Ooh, big old long stem. There we go. Pull that out. There we go. Cheers. Okay. Almost forgot, boys. Pinkies up. That makes it really good old fashioned. Now, I like my old fashions on the oakier or smokier side. So typically with something like this, because it's not as, oaky, right? I would definitely smoke this. If I do have the smoker down here. Let's go ahead and break this baby open, smoke this old fashioned. Yeah, because that's the only thing that I would kind of give it shit on right now is like it's missing that oaky portion for me. Now, if you don't have a smoker, get a smoker. The one I made a video on, like the smoker. This is probably the best smoker I've actually used. I got it as a gift though, but it was it's still under $50, and it comes with like 4 different wood chips. It comes with a lighter, obviously the actual unit itself. Oh, am I out of fluid? Nope. Maybe. We're going downhill, boys. There's a little bit. All right, that's all we're gonna give her. I want to try and fill it up with butane. All right, let that settle. Pop that baby open. Now that hits the spot. Now, where would I kind of rank this as far as old fashions go? I mean, it's kind of middle of the road, right? But I'm also super picky, right? Woodford's Double Oak is kind of like that best, front runner for me so far for like a good old fashioned. The Bardstown single barrel though, that's definitely pushing it. And if you find me on the right day, I'll say it's better, right? But for this one, it's not as oakier, right? Again, I like mine to be a little bit longer age, so it's a little bit darker as well. But for somebody that's just looking for like a decent old fashioned, this is pretty good. Big fan, big fan. But yeah, so again, if you've had this before, let me know your thoughts. Like, is this something like you guys, like to drink? Did I pick up the wrong one, right? Because apparently there's tons and tons of these. I know they have cask strength ones. I didn't see any of those, but I did see like a more like rye forward, not like a blended whiskey. And there was like one other one, but I didn't actually even look at that one. I think that one was like super expensive, so maybe it was the cask strength. I don't know, but I don't think it was. So, but yeah, if you're just popping in, these are kind of the facts. I got it straight from Redwood Empire's website, based off the profile for this bottle in particular. So I didn't make that. It's not my doing. I'm not taking credit, but that's all their facts right from it. So you can kind of see the blend. You could, what else is on there? It says the color, but I think anybody that looks at the bottle can see the color. That's kind of weird to me. But the age, what's on there? It says a blend of a 4 to 13-year-old bourbon and a blend of 3 to 5-year-old rye whiskey. That was pretty close. Apparently there's some 13-year age. I don't taste that, but the one thing I will say about it does taste young, right? It doesn't taste like it's been sitting in a barrel super long. It has good flavor on it, but I think that flavor that kind of dissipates fairly quick, I think that's a sign of it being on the younger side. So I don't know if I've had anything over 10 years. Maybe I have. We got 9-year Knob Creek up there. What else we got? The Russell's obviously 10-year. I don't remember how old the Old Forester is, but Penelope's only 6, so yeah, I don't know. They could have got a little bit more oomph on it if you're asking my opinion. Yeah, so see where we're at on that one. One thing I didn't do for this one is I didn't add any B-roll. That's on me, right? Normally I kind of do a little bit of B-roll with it, but honestly I just didn't have time. I went to the liquor store earlier and I was looking for something different. Not this in particular, looking for something else. And they didn't have it. And then they wanted, they had a Pappy 10 years. And I was like, ooh, let me get that. But they wanted $1,800 for it. And I was like, screw that. I'm not paying $1,800 for Pappies. They had Stag up there for like $800 too. And I'm like, that's insane. So I ended up going to a completely different liquor store, and they had a decent selection, don't get me wrong, but they didn't have any like crazy allocated stuff. The few things that they did have, it was for a raffle. If you guys are, I'm located in Jacksonville, Florida. If you guys are local, go over to Wild Whiskey of Mandarins. That's probably the best liquor store in Jacksonville. The only kind of downside is their allocated stuff is all by points, but because everybody's on that same system, if you go there quite often, your points rack up. Like the next time I'll go in there, I'll be able to probably buy like either an E.H. Taylor or an Eagle Ray or something like that. And they usually have it 1 or 2 bottles in stock, or it's coming in fairly quick right after, because nobody has that kind of points, except for someone like me that goes in there and buys shit every day. But if you go in there, tell them I sent you. I'm trying to get a few things working with them, so maybe they'll give me a discount. Who knows? Who knows? I need a sip of water real quick. Secondary prices are ridiculous. You ain't lying. I was freaking out because of the Blantons I bought. I bought it for like $100. And everybody was like, that's not secondary. I go, it wasn't MSRP. I'm not a big fan of spending way over MSRP. A couple bucks here, there, like I'm totally fine. But I'm not, you know what I mean? Pappies used to sit. And now it's $1,800. Like, no, it's not worth it. I don't know if it's not worth it. I've never had it. Don't let me shit on it, but it could be the best thing in the world. But I'm not going to find out for $1,800. There's a liquor store in Jacksonville. I think it's called Shores Liquors. If you're local, I think it's on Wells Road, but they have a decent liquor store, but they don't put any allocated stuff out to buy. Like you're not buying it there. But they have a liquor store or a bar that's attached to it where they put all their allocated stuff and they sell pours. And the pours actually are like a decent price. Like if you were to go to a bar and buy a drink, you could get an allocated pour for like a normal price. So yeah, I think I'm trying to get them to let me record in there, because I'd go in there and drop some dumb money to just try different pours of different things, because it'd be the price of like buying like a normal bottle if I go do that. But I'm not going to go drop money if they're not going to let me record, because the whole purpose would be for me to share it with you guys, let you know my thoughts on it. But if they're not going to let me do that, then I'm not going to go waste a bunch of money drinking it, because I'll just wait till I find it for cheaper, and then I'll let you know. I'll try it neat one more time. The old-fashioned watered down quick. The one thing that I'll kind of give the old-fashioned kind of game to is if you get a higher proof bourbon to make an old-fashioned with, like the ice itself, like as you're drinking it, if the ice melts, you're still having some punch in your drink. You're not just drinking a little bit of whiskey with a little bit of water. Like a 90 proofer, it waters down quick, because this is mainly water. But the Bardstown, for example, I think it's 126, yeah, 126.8 proof. So when I drank those all the way through, you know you're drinking it. The rye actually is a little bit more prominent now. Maybe that's because I've been drinking it, but I mean, we're past the neck pour, so it could change, but it is stupid smooth though. But again, it's like you take a sip and it's gone. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. I don't plan for this live stream to be super long. I have a few more things I gotta get done tonight before we can move on to the next videos. But let me know which ones I should do next. Where's those new bottles? I have the, pull these out. I have the 1792 small batch. I also have these little cute little things, right? This was $1 for 3, like, well, I don't know how big these are, like double shots of the Clydesmaids. And then we have, where's the other one? We have the Whistle Pig Piggyback single barrel. This is the one that's finished in G-Force. That one's kind of cool. And there's, oh, here's another one. The Wild Turkey single barrel. So you let me know which one down below you want to see first or second or third. Mr. Lopez, wow, you finally made a heavy D. Heavy D. Dang, fam, I don't know if you're talking smack or not. I'm glad you made it though. Glad you made it. You're a little late though. We're already hammered at this point. I'm just kidding. We're not hammered, but we did try it neat. We did try it in an old fashioned too. I'll run out of room down here. But yeah, let me know which one you want to see for the next video. We have the Whistle Pig, the 1792, and then the Wild Turkey single barrel. Not these little guys. I'll probably do something like stupid with these. But it is a Alabama, I can't read it in there. Alabama style whiskey, straight bourbon whiskey, and then a straight, which I'm gonna guess is rye whiskey in there. Sharp Dish Cat says, I've been looking lately for Whistle Pig maple syrup ever since Whiskey Bonded talked about it. Sounds yummy. Whistle Pig maple syrup. I've never even heard of that, to be honest. Do you mean like getting Whistle Pig, making an old fashioned with maple syrup? Because I've done things like that before. The maple syrup never really makes a good old fashioned. It's good at first, but then it gets weird. Oh yeah. I be drinking, man. I can't remember that stuff. He says, on the only other live stream I've caught, I mentioned you look like Heavy D from Diesel Brothers. I remember now. Because I remember making that same comment. Honestly, I think I prefer it just straight up rather than an old fashioned. Mixing it in the old fashioned, to me, it just kind of, it waters it down a little bit. And then it's not as good watered down. That first half of the old fashioned was decent, but I haven't even been on here that long how long have I been on the live? I don't know. I can't figure it out. But the first half of the old fashioned was decent. Second half is not. It's just super watered down. So it needs to be like a 95 to 100 proof. I wonder if somebody let me know if they do, because I sound stupid if not, but if they have like a bonded, like 100 proof style, like that might be the move. Whistle Pig aged in maple syrups. Whiskey barrels apparently. This Whistle Pig that I have, I've never had Whistle Pig before. It's a little pricey, so unless this one's like really good, I don't know if I'm gonna actually care to try any. What's funny is this is also another rye whiskey. I started the week being like, I don't care for ryes, and now I'm trying full-blown rye, a 60% rye, and now another. I think this is kind of like half and half, but I can't find it on here. I have it in my notes somewhere. But it is finished in G-Force, so that's why I got that one. I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, the Lost Monarch, this is the only one I've had of the Redwood Empire. It is pretty good. I like it straight up. I think it's better straight up than it is in old fashioned. And you pour it out in a little pig snout. Super cute. I mean, what else are you buying it for if you can't pour it out in a pig snout? I mean, I'd buy it just for that, but... Shelton says, where are we ranking purple Gatorade? I went with orange, so I don't... Apparently, there's that big debate where I said who drinks grape Gatorade, and then apparently everybody does. Bourbon School says, cheers. Cheers, buddy. Sharp Just Crat says, wow, whoa, that's surprising, but you guys get it. Just check the comment. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this one. I'm a big fan of it straight up. I bet you the cast strength would be a little bit better because that's the only thing that this is missing now is like something kick me in the teeth, you know? It's Friday. When we go to Friday bourbons, it needs to be a little bit kicky in the teeth. But this is, I drink this Monday through Thursday all day. Now, would I drink it over something else is a question. For the price, I mean, I like Buffalo Trace, but everybody loves Buffalo Trace. I put this up against Buffalo Trace for like a midweek drink. Woodford's Double Oak is around. Woodford's Double Oak is actually a little bit more than this. I love Woodford's Double Oak though, so I'm still trying to figure out a way to finagle myself to get a Woodford's Double Oak. It's not working out yet, but if you guys know somebody that's got one that they want to sell it to me, let your boy know. There we go. There we go. Oh, you know what I just realized? That I've been stuck on this setup and not this one. So you couldn't see half those bottles I was showing you. This is the whistle pig I'll be trying next. The piggyback single barrel. It's after the F1 racers. So that should be cool. When I first got it, I thought it was like for space, so I thought it was G-Force in space. Apparently you can get G-Force in F1. Didn't know that. Somebody should have told me. Maybe we could have made a trip to Vegas. Just saying. Baker's Drink says, I very much enjoy this bottle. It's good. I like it. It's not bad. I'm actually more impressed with it than I thought it was going to be because of the price. Normally when I get something that's under 50 bucks, I'm usually giving it too high of expectations. So when it comes to like actually drinking it, I'm fairly impressed with this bottle. But to be honest, I can't say I bought it because I thought it was gonna be good or anything. I bought it because I really liked the label. When I was looking at all the labels, I was like, yo, these are dope. I was like, this will look good on the shelf. Is why I really got it. Because all these, everybody knows what that crap is. But I want something that kind of looks the part as well. It's just a bonus that it tastes good. Sharp Desk Cat says, purple Gatorade equals worse Gatorade. LOL, red and blue is where it's at. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't pull out like an icy blue Gatorade and say, this is what we're going to show our coach our appreciation with. Instead, they're like, here, let's dump the crappy purple right on top of his head. Andy Reid's like, give me a cheeseburger. Boom, purple Gatorade. Disappointed. I'm just here. I'm just telling you my thoughts. Eric says, what's your favorite whiskey or bourbon? So that's a double-edged question because my favorite is not everybody's favorite. My favorite all around, like if somebody said, hey, you can only have one, what are you drinking? It's going to be Woodford's Double Oak. But the main reason is because I drink most of my drinks in an old fashioned. I do like this straight up too, but for the most part, I drink old fashions. So I'd probably pick this. I'm still trying to find something that's better than this. If I had to go with a second, as of right now, I'd probably go with the Bardstown Single Barrel just simply because of the proof, and it's really good. But for the most part, Woodford's would always be my go-to. What else do we have up here? I mean, we got a bunch of stuff up here. But I like a lot of other stuff as well. Like I like the Haven Hills. If anybody watched that video, everybody was like, it's Haven Hills. I know, guys. I know. I'm just gonna keep calling it Haven Hills. Haven Hills, that one's pretty good. I like that one a lot too. Old Forester's 1920. I like that one on the right occasion though. So, Professor says, "Oh shit, looking really good." I know. How'd your wife? I don't know what to tell you. As long as it's not Willet. Where is it? I actually might have it right here. Let me see. Either that or I threw it out. It's probably where it belongs. I don't. It's under. No, I threw it out. I had a Willet. It was like a little mini shooter, and it was a rye, and it wasn't bad. But like I tried to finish the little shooter like later on that night, and it just wasn't. It wasn't good. I can't explain to you. It tasted like I was drinking Pop Rocks. That's how I explained it. But the Willet bottle though, that weird looking like fat at the bottom, skinny at the top. It looks cool, but I feel like they put too much money into the glass making, and it's too cheap to be good. So I'm not, until somebody says I have to go buy it, I'm not gonna go buy it. But if you guys could recommend a different bottle that you don't see up here, let me know. I'll go pick it up. Except for the Pappies, I'm not spending $1,800. But yeah, that is basically the review on the Lost Monarch. So yeah, I saw the bottle, like this little cover. Oh, let me get it in focus. Is it in focus? There we go. There's one with like a bear. That's the one. That's the label that I want. I agree. Yeah, I mean, for Willet, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fan. So far, I can't say I've had a shit ton of them, but for the most part, I'm not rushing to the store to go buy it. So there was one bottle I saw at the store. It's Baker's. Like Baker's 7 is the bottle that I saw. I saw somebody say maybe good, but what's your guys' thoughts? Do you like it? Should I have picked it up? Was I stupid? Because it was actually a decent price. I think it was for 45 or 50, right in that range. I know it was about the same as the Wild Turkey. So. But yeah, let me know. That's the only other bottle that I was debating on buying at the time. I'm still dying to get me a little Eagle Rare. Here in Florida, you can't. You're paying secondary if you want the extra stuff. Except for the liquor store I was telling you about earlier. That's the only place I found so far, and now that's kind of where I just go to buy my whiskey now. But before, I was just hunting it all over the place. And Total Wine. Sometimes you can get lucky with Total Wine. Sign points to no. Yeah, no big deal. It's not the end of the world. Sharp Jess, I know you were asking about the background before. The one thing I didn't put in that comment is there should be a logo right here. I ordered the logo before I ordered this wall. 8 Ball, hey, we can go from a whiskey channel to a different channel here in just a second. But no, it should be a logo here, a little neon sign. But it hasn't came in yet. Honestly, I haven't got the email saying to see if it's shipped yet, so that's concerning. But if they don't ship it soon, I'll just get a refund order from somewhere else. But that's the only thing missing from the background. That, and eventually we'll add another shelf right here. That we have one more extra room, because I did put the top one a little too high, and because of that, the whole thing's just a little, it all just needs to be a little bit lower, but I can't. There's no going back. I drilled into the wood slat, so at this point, we're too far gone. So we're going to add shelves to compensate. So yeah. Other than that, guys, that's all I really have for tonight. It's just a little quick stream. Pop on, hang out with you guys. Again, for those who pop in. I appreciate you guys watching. I can't remember exactly where we're at, but I know we're above 500, so I thank you guys for actually subscribing, watching me just sit here and get drunk. You know what I mean? I can't ask for much more, but we're going places. Eventually, we're gonna take it up another level. For those of you that are new that don't know, I have a kid on the way. It's gonna be here next month, so we're trying to take it easy. Not trying to blow my fucking load with buying so many different bottles. So we moved in, we got the office set up, step one, get a few bottles, do a couple reviews, hang out with you guys, drink a little bit. But yeah, so Sharpjet says, heck yeah, with the logo, this place is gonna look so cool. I think the logo is the one piece, because there's only so much I can do with these lights without making it look stupid. You know what I mean? It'll be way too bright. And I like the darker side look, but having that light that's right here, it's gonna be a circle, it's just my logo. But it will light up the back of me, which will take care of a lot of that like hidden darkness, but it'll also light up these bottles and those bottles a little bit more so you can see them just a little bit better. Because I have a big light right here, so these you can see all day, but those are a little bit darker. Like, I don't think you can even read the benchmark or any of that stuff. The Woodford's Double Oak, you probably wouldn't know that is if I didn't tell you it was it. Evan Williams, you can spot Evan Williams in a dark room, no lights on. Everybody knows what that bottle looks like. Eric, great hanging out. Cheers. Yeah, buddy. Cheers. Next time, we may be doing like a surprise live show tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure on that, but just keep the bell on. Next month, man, these import times are... Oh, are you talking about the kid or the sign? Yeah, if it's a kid, yeah, I mean, bro, I've been waiting 9 months, so. If it's the sign's been ridiculous. Because I ordered the sign the day we moved in here, and I've been here well over a month now. I ordered the wood, the backdrop, it got here like that. The shelves, I went and picked up like 2 days later. The lights got here 24 hours, Amazon Prime. The one thing I'm missing is the logo. And they said that it was gonna be a 5-day turnaround when I first got it. Then they wanted approval, then they wanted me to pay more. It's been a pain in the ass, but the question is, if it looks good, I'll forget all about that. So if they're watching, because they obviously know the channel, they got the logo. If they're watching, get me my sign. If you're not watching, sorry. But all right, guys, I'm not gonna take too much of your time. Enjoy your Friday night. If we do a live stream tomorrow, hopefully I'll see you guys then. Maybe we'll have a special guest on. We don't know yet. We don't know what they're doing. But if we do, keep the bell turned on. But again, if you like videos, live streams like this, go ahead, like, subscribe, do all that jazz. I will see you guys on the other side. Peace.